Did you know that over 20% of Bitcoin is lost forever? Or that a pizza once cost 10,000 BTC, worth hundreds of millions today? Bitcoin is full of wild secrets, hidden facts, and mind-blowing stories that most people have no idea about. Stay till the end, because we're about to reveal some of the craziest things you never knew about Bitcoin. The mysterious Bitcoin creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Nobody truly knows. The enigmatic genius behind Bitcoin emerged in 2008 with a groundbreaking white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This document laid the foundation for the decentralized financial revolution. Satoshi continued to work on Bitcoin's development alongside early adopters until 2011, when they mysteriously vanished from the internet, never to be heard from again. Since then, numerous investigations, speculations, and wild theories have attempted to unmask their identity, yet no conclusive evidence has ever surfaced. Despite being one of the most important figures in modern financial history, Satoshi Nakamoto remains a ghost, an unsolved mystery that keeps the crypto world fascinated. The hidden fortune of Satoshi Nakamoto. During Bitcoin's early days, Satoshi mined over 1 million BTC, making them one of the richest individuals or entities in the world. Estimated value of Satoshi's BTC over time. In 2010, it was worth a few $1,000s. In 2013, it exceeded $100 million as Bitcoin surged. In 2017, it crossed $19 billion when BTC peaked at $19,000. In 2021, it hit $60+ billion when Bitcoin touched $69,000. Today, their holdings remain one of the largest BTC wallets ever recorded. Yet, what's truly mind-blowing is that not a single Satoshi has ever moved from those addresses. This suggests one of the following. Satoshi is alive but refuses to touch the fortune. Satoshi is dead or has lost access to the private keys. Or Satoshi was never an individual, but a team with a hidden agenda. Could they still be watching from the shadows as Bitcoin continues to reshape global finance? Theories and conspiracies. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Over the years, countless theories have surfaced about Satoshi's real identity. Some are based on deep technical analysis, linguistic studies, and blockchain patterns, while others dive into the realm of wild conspiracy theories. Here are some of the most intriguing possibilities. A group of developers. Many believe that Satoshi Nakamoto wasn't a single person, but rather a collective of expert cryptographers, economists, and computer scientists who worked together to create Bitcoin. Evidence supporting this theory includes the Bitcoin white paper and early coding suggesting different writing styles and varying levels of expertise, indicating multiple contributors. The level of security, cryptography, and economic principles behind Bitcoin is too advanced for just one person. Some speculate that Bitcoin core developers such as Hal Finney, Adam Back, and Nick Szabo played major roles in its creation. A government's hidden project. A darker theory suggests that Bitcoin was actually developed by a government entity, possibly as an experiment in digital currencies and financial surveillance. Some reasons for this theory include Bitcoin's design aligning with NSA cryptography papers released years before Bitcoin's creation. Governments now use blockchain analytics to track transactions, which may have been the original goal all along. The abrupt disappearance of Satoshi could indicate they were an intelligence agency or government-backed project that no longer needed a public figure. Could Bitcoin have been a Trojan horse designed to get people comfortable with digital currencies before full government control? Alien technology? Perhaps the most bizarre yet fascinating theory, some believe Bitcoin was not created by humans at all. Instead, it was introduced to test human intelligence and adaptability to decentralized systems. The concept of blockchain is unlike any previous financial model, almost as if it came from an advanced intelligence. The perfect design of Bitcoin makes it resistant to censorship, manipulation, and hacking, almost too perfect for human error. No one has ever found proof of Satoshi's existence, and their name could be an alias created to mask the true source. While this theory sounds far-fetched, the origins of Bitcoin remain so mysterious that even the wildest ideas can't be completely dismissed. Satoshi Nakamoto, the greatest disappearing act in history? One of the biggest questions surrounding Satoshi is, Why did they disappear? Some possible explanations include fear of government retaliation. Bitcoin posed a direct threat to traditional banking and financial institutions, making Satoshi a potential target. Loss of private keys. If Satoshi lost access to their BTC wallets, it would explain why none of their Bitcoin has ever moved. It was always part of the plan. Some believe that Bitcoin was always meant to be leaderless, and Satoshi left to ensure true decentralization. Regardless of the reason, Satoshi's disappearance only added to the myth and mystery of Bitcoin. To this day, their identity remains one of the greatest unsolved puzzles in financial history. What if Satoshi Nakamoto returned? Imagine a scenario where Satoshi suddenly reappears and moves even 1 BTC from their old wallet. The crypto market would explode overnight. Possible effects include Bitcoin's price skyrocketing due to renewed global interest, panic spreading with people fearing Satoshi's real intentions, and regulators possibly intervening depending on their true identity. Would Satoshi be seen as a hero, a villain, or something else entirely? The first Bitcoin purchase, a $500 million pizza. On May 22, 2010, programmer Laszlo Hanyecz made history by completing the first ever real-world purchase using Bitcoin. What did he buy? 2 large pizzas from Papa John's for a whopping 10,000 BTC. At the time, Bitcoin was worth less than a cent per coin, making this transaction seem reasonable. However, what seemed like a simple meal purchase turned into one of the most legendary stories in cryptocurrency history. How much is that pizza worth today? When Laszlo made the transaction, 10,000 BTC was worth around $40. Fast forward to today, and that same amount of Bitcoin would be worth over $500 million. Bitcoin price evolution since 2010. In 2010, it was $0.04 per BTC, making the pizza cost around $40. In 2013, it was $100 per BTC, making the pizza worth $1 million. In 2017, it was $19,000 per BTC, making the pizza worth $190 million. In 2021, it was $69,000 per BTC, making the pizza worth $690 million. Today, it's still worth hundreds of millions, depending on Bitcoin's price. That might just be the most expensive meal in human history. Bitcoin Pizza Day, a crypto tradition. To honor this legendary transaction, May 22nd is now celebrated as Bitcoin Pizza Day worldwide. Crypto enthusiasts, Bitcoin holders, and blockchain lovers come together to share pizza-themed memes and stories, order pizzas using Bitcoin, if they dare, and reflect on how far Bitcoin has come. This day is a powerful reminder of Bitcoin's journey from a niche technology to a global financial revolution. Who knew pizza and crypto would have such an iconic connection? Fun fact, Laszlo didn't stop at one purchase. Laszlo continued spending Bitcoin on more pizza orders, reportedly spending over 100,000 BTC on pizza over the next few months. Had he held onto that Bitcoin instead of indulging in his love for pizza, his total holdings would be worth billions today. But at the time, nobody knew Bitcoin would become a financial powerhouse. Laszlo simply wanted to prove Bitcoin could be used as real money. His contribution to Bitcoin's history? Priceless. Millions of Bitcoin are lost forever. Did you know that a staggering 20% of all Bitcoin, about 3.7 million BTC, is permanently lost? That's billions of dollars gone forever. The world's first decentralized digital currency, meant to be a store of value, has a tragic side. The crypto black hole where fortunes have been swallowed up and will never be recovered. How did this happen? Forgotten passwords and lost access. People forgot their passwords or lost access to their private keys, which meant they couldn't access their wallets. This is a common mistake, especially with early Bitcoin holders who didn't foresee the rise in value. Hard drives crashed or got thrown away. Imagine having your entire fortune on a hard drive, then accidentally throwing it out. That's what happened to many early Bitcoin miners and holders. The lost hard drives now hold millions of dollars in BTC. Deleted wallets. In the early days, Bitcoin didn't seem as valuable as it does now. Some early adopters didn't realize Bitcoin's potential and simply deleted their wallets. The ultimate tragedy, the $400 million hard drive incident. One of the most heartbreaking stories involves a man in the UK who accidentally threw away a hard drive containing 8,000 BTC. At the time, 8,000 BTC was worth around $6 million. Today, it would be worth over $400 million. The man even offered millions to the local city authorities to allow him to search the landfill, but his request was sadly denied. Imagine having your entire fortune thrown away into the trash. Moral of the story: store your keys securely. The lesson here is simple. If you own Bitcoin, secure your private keys and back up your wallet information. Use hardware wallets to store your Bitcoin offline. Back up your seed phrase in multiple safe locations. Never forget the importance of securing your crypto. The cost of neglecting this could be devastating in the long run. Your future self will thank you for protecting your wealth today. Have you ever lost access to a crypto wallet? 4 Bitcoin can be mined in space. In 2020, a satellite was launched into space with the purpose of mining Bitcoin. This was the beginning of off-Earth crypto mining, demonstrating that Bitcoin truly has no boundaries. This groundbreaking move opened up new possibilities for decentralized mining and a truly global, or rather galactic system. Who's making it happen? Blockstream and other pioneering companies are already running Bitcoin nodes in space, ensuring the network stays decentralized and unstoppable. Future plans include asteroid mining and solar-powered Bitcoin farms in orbit. These concepts could revolutionize how Bitcoin is mined. Space mining offers the potential to unlock resources beyond our planet and further increase Bitcoin's decentralization across the universe. Why mine Bitcoin in space? There's no government interference. With mining happening off-Earth, there's no chance of regulation or government control. The Bitcoin network can remain completely decentralized, with no central authority trying to take control. Free solar energy for mining is another advantage. In space, solar energy is abundant, meaning that Bitcoin mining operations could run completely sustainably without relying on earthly energy resources. Decentralization on a galactic scale could make Bitcoin's decentralized network even more secure by spreading it across different regions of the universe. Would you ever mine Bitcoin from space? Do you think space mining is the future of Bitcoin? Would you ever consider mining Bitcoin in orbit or owning space-based mining farms? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The FBI is one of Bitcoin's biggest holders. In 2013, when the FBI shut down Silk Road, the notorious dark web marketplace, they seized a whopping 144,000 BTC from the founder, Ross Ulbricht. This marked one of the biggest Bitcoin confiscations in history and raised many questions about the FBI's involvement in the crypto space, then versus now. In 2013, the seized 144,000 BTC was worth $48 million at the time. Not a bad haul, but not life-changing either. Today, that same stash would be worth billions. Imagine how much profit the FBI is sitting on after holding those Bitcoin for over a decade. How much Bitcoin do they still hold? Over the years, the US government has seized millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin from various criminal operations. Some of this Bitcoin has been auctioned off to the public, but many suspect that the government still controls a massive crypto fortune behind closed doors. The burning question is, how much Bitcoin does the FBI really hold? Could they secretly influence the Bitcoin market by hoarding such a large supply of BTC? The real question, could the FBI, with all of its seized Bitcoin, be in a position to impact Bitcoin's price or even manipulate the market in some way? If they have such a massive stash, they might have the power to shake up the market by selling or even holding onto their crypto reserves for strategic purposes. Just imagine if they decided to auction off a chunk of those 144,000 BTC. Would it send the price soaring, or would it cause a major crash? Would the FBI choose to hodl and let the BTC stash appreciate over time, potentially turning them into the biggest crypto whales ever? What do you think? Could the FBI secretly have a Bitcoin empire? Or do you think their crypto holdings are just a small blip in the larger market? Let us know in the comments below. Bitcoin is not fully anonymous. Many people believe that Bitcoin is completely anonymous, but that's a myth. Here's the truth. Every Bitcoin transaction is recorded on the public blockchain, which means anyone can track addresses and transfers on the network. Governments and forensic firms have developed sophisticated blockchain analytics tools to trace criminals and uncover illegal transactions. These tools can even identify patterns of behavior and trace back the origin of suspicious transactions. With enough data, it's possible to tie transactions to real-world identities, even if the wallet is anonymous at first glance. Even if your real identity isn't directly linked to a wallet, advanced pattern analysis can reveal a lot more about you than you might think. Criminals, for example, have been caught laundering money through crypto by misusing the network's transparency in ways they didn't anticipate. Bitcoin isn't as private as many people think. Privacy enthusiasts may be surprised to learn that using Bitcoin without proper privacy measures can leave behind a traceable digital footprint. Want true privacy? If privacy is a top priority for you, you might want to consider using other privacy-centric cryptocurrencies. Monero and other privacy coins use advanced cryptography to fully hide transaction details, making them much harder to trace. Monero uses ring signatures, stealth addresses, and bulletproofs, which ensure that no one can link any transaction to a specific user or wallet. Zcash also uses ZK snarks to shield transaction data and provide privacy by default. Some Bitcoin users try to boost their privacy by using mixing services and CoinJoin. These services combine multiple Bitcoin transactions together in a way that makes it difficult to trace the origin and destination of the funds. However, even these methods are not foolproof. Determined authorities or blockchain analytics firms might still track down the true source with enough data. Is privacy important for Bitcoin users? Transparency has been a defining characteristic of Bitcoin since its inception. The fact that all transactions are recorded on the blockchain makes it a trustless system, where anyone can verify transactions without relying on third parties. But for those who value their privacy, this transparency could be a problem. Some argue that Bitcoin's transparency is a good thing, especially in terms of preventing fraud, scams, and illicit activities. It also creates a level of accountability that could foster more trust in the system. Others argue that privacy is a basic human right, and that financial privacy should be protected at all costs. What do you think? Should Bitcoin prioritize privacy, or is transparency good for the community as a whole? Should Bitcoin evolve to become more private, or should we embrace its open and transparent nature? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Bitcoin can be used for insane purchases. Did you know? You can now buy luxury cars, private jets, mansions, and even citizenship using Bitcoin. That's right. Bitcoin isn't just for online transactions anymore. It's becoming a mainstream payment option for high-end purchases. What can you buy with Bitcoin? Luxury cars. Imagine pulling up in a Lamborghini, Ferrari, or Tesla and paying with Bitcoin. Several dealerships around the world are now accepting Bitcoin for luxury cars. You can literally walk into a dealership, pick your dream car, and pay using crypto. The future of luxury car buying is here, and BTC is making waves. Private jets. Yes, you read that right. You can book a private jet flight using Bitcoin. There are charter companies that allow you to pay for exclusive jet rides directly with crypto. From flying to your dream destination to conducting business meetings at 30,000 feet, Bitcoin is making private air travel accessible for the elite in a digital way. Real estate is becoming an even more attractive investment option with Bitcoin. In some countries, you can now buy homes, luxury apartments, and entire properties using BTC. Whether you're looking for a beachfront mansion or a penthouse apartment in a metropolitan city, BTC is transforming the way people invest in real estate. Bitcoin is turning into a legitimate asset class, and more property developers are jumping on board to accept crypto as payment. Bitcoin as legal tender. El Salvador made history by becoming the first country to make Bitcoin an official currency. In El Salvador, BTC is now accepted almost everywhere. From buying coffee in local cafes to paying for property, the country has fully embraced the potential of cryptocurrency. This bold move set a global precedent for Bitcoin as a mainstream form of currency. What's next for Bitcoin? El Salvador's move has opened the floodgates for other countries to follow suit. Several nations are now discussing adopting Bitcoin or integrating crypto into their financial systems. With its growing popularity, could Bitcoin become a global currency in the future? Bitcoin's global impact. Countries like El Salvador are leading the charge in adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, but they're not alone. Bitcoin's influence continues to spread across the globe as more countries consider integrating it into their economies. Could Bitcoin become the next global currency, something everyone uses, just like fiat currencies today? The last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. Bitcoin's supply is capped forever. There will only ever be 21 million BTC. Once they're all mined, no more will ever exist. This makes Bitcoin scarcer than gold and contributes to its value. Why 2140? Bitcoin halving occurs every 4 years, reducing the reward for miners who add blocks to the blockchain. Each halving event cuts the block reward in half, so miners get less Bitcoin for their efforts over time. As the rewards get smaller, the rate of new BTC entering circulation slows down, stretching the mining timeline all the way to 2140. This means we're still over a century away from the last Bitcoin being mined. What happens after the last BTC is mined? After the last Bitcoin is mined in 2140, miners won't receive any more block rewards. Instead, they'll rely solely on transaction fees to maintain the network's security and continue validating transactions. Transaction fees could become extremely valuable over time as more people adopt Bitcoin, increasing the network's usage and need for miners to validate transactions. Bitcoin adoption is growing rapidly, and as more people join the network, transaction fees may become the primary income for miners, making mining still profitable long after the final BTC is mined. Scarcity equals higher value. Bitcoin's fixed supply combined with growing demand means that it could become even more valuable over time. As the network's adoption increases and more investors and businesses buy and hold Bitcoin, the scarcity of available coins will drive its value up. Many investors view Bitcoin as digital gold, a store of value that could potentially skyrocket in price as the supply runs out. Bitcoin is banned in some countries. Governments don't like what they can't control. That's why Bitcoin is either banned or heavily restricted in several countries, including China, Egypt, Algeria, and Bangladesh. But why do these governments fear Bitcoin? Why ban Bitcoin? Decentralization equals no government control. Bitcoin is decentralized, meaning no central authority controls the supply or distribution. This is the exact opposite of traditional money, which governments regulate. Some countries fear that Bitcoin could lead to capital flight, money leaving the country, undermining their local economies. Central bank digital currencies. Governments want to issue their own digital currencies to compete with Bitcoin. These government-backed digital currencies would allow them to maintain control over monetary policy, unlike Bitcoin, which operates outside their control. But here's the twist. Despite these bans, people still use Bitcoin underground in many countries. VPNs, peer-to-peer trading, and decentralized exchanges are allowing individuals to bypass government restrictions and continue to transact in Bitcoin. Innovative workarounds allow crypto enthusiasts to keep their transactions private and free from government interference. Bitcoin-friendly nations. El Salvador wasn't the only country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. The Central African Republic made Bitcoin an official currency, following in El Salvador's footsteps. These Bitcoin-friendly nations see the potential to harness Bitcoin's benefits, increasing financial inclusion, boosting the local economy, and attracting international investments. The global fight for Bitcoin. While some countries are banning Bitcoin outright, others are recognizing the potential benefits and embracing it as a mainstream asset. Will Bitcoin continue to face hostility in certain countries, or could it become a global standard over time? As Bitcoin adoption spreads across the globe, we'll have to wait and see if it becomes the currency of the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing Bitcoin facts and crypto insights. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Snapchat, Medium, our True Crypto Insights. Podcast, Crypto Tribex. Blog, truecryptoinsights.blogspot.com.